Hi, good morning. Today I want to make video for the 10th class students 5 to 8 lessons of physics. Already we have done 1 to 4 lessons. So I think that is more helpful for the students who are going to write 10th class exams. So now I want to explain about 5 to 8 lessons in the physics. So fifth lesson is human eye and colorful world. In this lesson, the important concepts are the least distance of distinct vision. So the least distance of distinct vision means the person who are able to see the objects clearly and distinctly at what distance they can see, that is called as least distance of distinct vision. So a healthy human being least distance of distinct vision is 25 centimeters. This activity is important. And next one is angle of vision. Angle of vision for healthy human being is 60 degrees. The maximum angle where the person can see whole the object clearly, then that is called as angle of vision. And in this lesson most important concepts are defects of eye. The eye defects, number one is myopia, and second is hypermetropia, and third one is presbyopia. So frequently they are asking in exam, what is myopia and how can you correct that defect, or what is meant by hypermetropia, how can you correct that defect. So sometimes in application part also they will ask differently by taking some person is suffering from unable to see the objects clearly near or unable to see the objects far. So myopia is nothing but the defect, the persons who are able to see clearly nearer objects and cannot see far objects is called as myopia. So this defect can be corrected by biconcave lens. And hypermetropia is nothing but when a person is able to see clearly far objects and cannot see the nearer objects, then the defect is called as hypermetropia. This defect can be corrected by biconvex lens. So these related diagrams also important. You practice those diagrams and these questions. And presbyopia is there. Presbyopia is a defect which is caused by weakening of ciliary muscles with the age factor. So this, in this case, question will be asked like this. For example, Ramesh grandfather is unable to read the newspaper. What type of defect he is suffering and how can you correct that defect? So this so grandfather means that is due to the age factor he is unable to see the objects, that unable to see read the newspaper even though far or nearer. So such type of defect is called as presbyopia. This presbyopia defect can be corrected by bifocal lens. So you know already types of lenses: biconvex lens, biconcave lens, plano-convex lens, plano-concave lens, and concavo-convex lens. So this concavo-convex lens is comes under the bifocal lens. So these are the different types of defects. And in this lesson, one more most important concept is what is dispersion and what is scattering. Dispersion is nothing but the process of splitting of white light into 7 colors is called as dispersion. And scattering is nothing but the process of re-emission of light in all directions with intensity in atoms and molecules is called as scattering of light. So these two phenomenon, application part of questions will be asked in the exam. For example, why the sky appear in blue color? That is one of the application type question, previously asked question. So due to the N2 and O2 molecules are present in the atmosphere, due to the atmospheric refraction of light and scattering of light, this sky appears blue in color. And not only that, why sky appears morning and evening red and orange colors? That also due to the scattering of light. So these are the some application parts. And in this lesson, one more questions in the structure of human eye is there. So there different parts, cornea, ciliary muscles, and also in this especially what is accommodation, this question will be asked. So the process of accommodation of that means adjustment of the focal length of the eye lens is called as accommodation. and what are the functions of rods and cones in the eye. So such type of questions will be asked in this lesson. So finally, overall concepts of in this lesson: least distance of distinct vision, angle of vision, eye defects and correction, what is dispersion, what is scattering of light, and application questions like why sky appears blue in color or red and orange in the morning and evening. So these are the main concepts in this lesson. And next lesson is structure of atom. In the structure of atom, most important concepts are what quantum numbers. So in this lesson there are 4 quantum numbers, that is principal quantum number, angular momentum quantum number, magnetic quantum number, and spin quantum number. So 4 marks question will be expected in this lesson. So first one, principal quantum number is related to size and energy of the shells. That means this is denoted by letter N. N is equal to 1, 2, 3, which are related to K, L, M, N shells. So when shell number is increases, size and energy of the atom also will be increases. And next, angular momentum quantum number. This is denoted by letter L, and it is explains about the subshells of an atom. Subshells means L values are starts from 0 to n minus 1. So if L values are 0, 1, 2, 3, which are related to S, P, D, F subshells. So if L is equal to 0, S subshell, L is equal to 1, P subshell, L is equal to 2, D subshell, L is equal to 3, F subshell. So this is about the angular momentum quantum number. Next, magnetic quantum number. It is denoted by ML. These values are minus L2 plus L including 0. So that means this magnetic quantum number describes about the shape and orientation of the orbitals. So this ML values depend on L values. You want to know this values are 2L plus 1 formula. So if L is equal to 0, ML value 1 will be, that is also 0. If L is equal to 1, ML value is 3, those are minus 1, 0, plus 1. If L is equal to 2, ML value is 5 will be, those are minus 2, minus 1, 0, plus 1, plus 2. So these values are related to orbitals. So if L is equal to 0, S subshell, and next minus 1, 0, plus 1 is indicates the P subshell, Px, Py, Pz, and D 5 subshells are there, D orbital, those are minus 2, minus 1, 0, plus 1, plus 2. So that dxy, dyz, dxz, dxz square. So these are the dz square. These are the 5 orbitals. These are present in the D subshell. Next, spin quantum number. Spin values only 2 are there, plus half and minus half, which are indicating anti-clockwise and clockwise rotation of electrons. And in this lesson, most important concepts are about Pauli's exclusion principle, Aufbau principle, and Hund's rule. According to Pauli's exclusion principle, no 2 electrons have 4 quantum numbers the same. That means, for example, if you take hydrogen 1s1, 1 electron having the 4 quantum numbers, that means principal quantum number n value 1 as it is first shell. Next, S subshell, L is equal to 0, then ML also 0. Next, spin quantum number plus half. Suppose if you want to write the 2 quantum numbers for the hydrogen 1s2 hydrogen molecule, then even though 3 quantum numbers are same, spin quantum number will be different. One is a plus half and other is a minus half. Plus half is indicating clockwise rotation and minus half is indicating anti-clockwise rotation. And next lesson is periodic classification of elements. Periodic classification of elements, periodic table. In this lesson, there are laws. First time elements are divided by the different scientists. First time elements are divided by Dobriner. This Dobriners law, this law is called as Dobriner law of triads. And according to this law, Dobrunner's law provides, if the elements are divided into small groups, three elements, atomic weight of the middle element is equal to arithmetic mean of the first and third elements. So for example, lithium, sodium, potassium. So this is the Dobrunner's law provides. Next, Newland's law of octaves. According to this law, if you arrange the elements, 8 elements in the increasing order of atomic weight, every 8th element repeated the properties of first element. This law is also known as law of octaves. This is compared with the Indian Telugu notes Sarigama Padanisa. Next law is called as Mendeleev periodic table. According to this Mendeleev periodic table, the physical and chemical properties of the elements are periodic functions of their atomic weights. So more number of elements are classified, more than 100 elements are classified different periods and groups according to the Mendeleev. Next, Mendeleev periodic table and some demerits also are there. That is important question. Next, modern periodic table is the most important. In modern periodic table, there are 7 periods and 18 groups. So horizontal rows are called periods, vertical columns are called groups. So 7 periods, 18 groups are there. So in modern periodic table, in 7 periods, first period contain only 2 elements, that is hydrogen and helium. Second period and third period containing 8 elements. Fourth, fifth period containing 18 elements. Sixth period containing 32 elements. And seventh period 31 elements, incomplete period. So this is about the periods. And groups are 18 groups are there. But here 1A to 8A groups are first group and second group are called as that means S block elements, and third to 8th groups are called P block elements, and middle groups are called D block elements, and lanthanides, actinides are called as F block elements. So modern periodic table divided into S, P, D, F blocks. S and P blocks are called representative elements. D block elements are called as transition elements. F block elements are called as inner transition elements. So this is about the complete modern periodic table. Next, periodic properties are important. Periodic properties, the properties which are directly or indirectly depends on electronic configuration are called periodic properties. So especially valency, atomic radius, electron affinity, electropositivity, electronegativity, metallic and non-metallic character. These are the periodic properties. So first one is valency. The combining capacity of an element is called valency. So valency gradually increases from 1 to 3 and 5 to 3 it will be decreases for non-metals. Next, atomic radius. Atomic radius is nothing but the distance from center of the nucleus to outermost shell is called as atomic radius. So variation of these properties in period and group also important. So in period atomic radius decreases and in group it will be increases. Next, electron affinity. Electron affinity means the amount of energy released when an electron is added is called as electron affinity. So here in group it is decreases, in period it will be increases. Next, ionization energy. The amount of energy required to remove an electron from outermost shell is called as ionization energy. Ionization energy decreases in the group, increases in the period. Next, electropositivity. The tendency of an element to lose the electron from its outermost shell is called as electropositivity. Electropositivity also decreases in the group, increases in the period. So that means losing capacity will be increase, losing capacity will be more in the group from top to bottom and decrease less in the period from left to right. Electronegativity. Electronegativity is nothing but the tendency of an element gaining of an electron is called electronegativity. So this gaining capacity will be increases in the period from left to right, decreases from top to bottom. Next, metallic and non-metallic characters. Metals are nothing but the elements which are having the losing of electrons. That means 1, 2, 3 group elements are called metals, and the elements which are having the gaining capacity and form the anions is called as non-metals. All the cations are called metals, all the anions are called non-metals. So metallic character will be increases from top to bottom in group, decreases in period. So here that means Metals highest electropositive element metallic character is cesium, and highest non-metal is fluorine. From top to bottom non-metallic character will be decreases. So that is about the different periodic properties, what is the variation in the periods and groups. And next, chemical bonding. So in this chemical bonding, there especially what is meant by chemical bond, the property of the attracting power of in between two atoms is called, the force of attraction in between two atoms is called as a chemical bonding. In this, ionic bond and covalent bond are important. And examples, so ionic bond is nothing but the chemical bond formed in between the two atoms by transfer of electron from one atom to atom other atom is called as a uh, ionic bond. Next, covalent bond is the chemical bond formed between the two atoms by sharing of electrons is called as a covalent bond. So ionic bond examples are formation of sodium chloride, magnesium chloride, aluminum chloride, sodium oxide. These are examples. Covalent bond formations are formation of oxygen, fluorine, chlorine, and water molecule. These are all the between the non-metallic elements. Ionic bond always formed between one metal and non-metal. Covalent bond formed always in between two non-metallic elements only. And these three theories are there: valence electron theory, Westphal theory, valence bond theory. These three theories are most important. And in this formation of molecules also, those especially formation of hydrogen molecule in the valence bond theory, and in the Westphal theory explains about the shape of the molecule and bond angles are important in that, especially beryllium chloride 180 degrees and boron trifluoride 120 degrees, methane 109 degrees 28 minutes, and ammonia 107 degrees 48 minutes, water molecule 103 degrees. So these are the different shapes also important. Methane is tetrahedron, and beryllium shape of the molecules. Beryllium chloride is linear, boron trifluoride is trigonal, and methane is tetrahedron. So like that, different shapes also most important in this lesson. So finally and lastly, in this lesson, difference between the ionic bond and covalent bond, this question also important. So these are the some of the important concepts from 5 to 8 lessons. If you concentrate these concepts, you can write well in your exams and you can get the good marks. So I wish you all the best, and we will meet in the next topics also. 9 to 12 lessons we will go to the smart revision part 3. So this revision part is in 3 parts: 1 to 4 lessons 1 part, 5 to 8 lessons 1 part, 9 to 12 lessons 1 part. So I hope you will understand this 5 to 8 lessons. I wish you all the best, and if you like this video, share to your friends and subscribe to my channel to get more videos like this. Thank you. All the best.